7月31日、日本時間、30日、米国時間に行われたロサンゼルス、ドジャース対シアトル、マリナーズ戦では、大谷翔平の欠場と佐々木朗希の力投に注目が集まった。大谷は左膝の痛みが再び強まったため、先発メンバーを外れた。フィラデルフィアでのブルペン投球後には上腕二頭筋にも張りが出ていたが、球団は腕の状態について大きな問題はないと説明。デーブ・ロバーツ監督は、症状の悪化を防ぐための完全休養日だと明かし、早期復帰に期待を示した。一方、専門家からは、ポストシーズンを見据えて負傷者リスト入りさせ、十分な回復期間を与えるべきだとの声も上がった。大谷不在の中、先発した佐々木は最速 101.5 マイルの速球と鋭いスプリットを武器に、5回までマリナーズ打線を圧倒。自ら ABS チャレンジを要求する冷静さも見せ、観客から大きな拍手を浴びた。しかし6回に崩れ、終盤の体力と試合運びに課題を残した。ドジャースの日本人スター2人をめぐる最新状況を、ぜひ続けて動画でご覧ください。
Hi, John. Well, on Tuesday, Shohei Ohtani, he spoke to the media for the first time since having that injection in his left knee, and even for the first time since throwing that bullpen that he threw in Philadelphia. After that bullpen, they did essentially shut him down. And he admitted on Tuesday that afterwards, not only did his knee feel a little bit off, but his bicep had also flared up. So today, he's not in the lineup. The Dodgers have been adamant that the bicep is not a concern. Yes, not 100%, but not a concern as he's continued moving his arm, throwing plyos. But when it comes to the hitting and now with this knee, it seems like something might have bothered him yesterday. He underwent some treatment. Dave Roberts this afternoon shared the decision to decide to have not to, for Shohei Ohtani not to be batting leadoff and in the lineup and having a down evening tonight.
This is more of just the soreness of the knee. Yesterday, went in there for some treatment. And then, so I think that talking to the training staff, it was just best to, let's just give him a day, swing the bat really well. But just so it, again, doesn't turn into something that it shouldn't, that we can prevent. That's kind of the thought.
Any thought of just shutting him down at some point and just, I don't know, give him 10 days to just get over this thing for good?
You know, it's hard. That's a hard question, and I understand the thought behind it. It's gotten better over the last few weeks. He's been a very productive player, but to kind of, as you said, essentially take it out of his hand, shut him down. The player, you trust him. He feels like he can go. He's not 100%. Very few players are 100%. Then what is it? Is it 70%? Is it 80%? Is it 90%? And so I think for me, there's still that conversation, Dylan, where it's like he understands what's the most important part of the season is to come, and he understands his value with our team. And so a player that's been around for as long as he has, that knows his body, it's hard to just take it out of his hands and essentially bench him.
So while today is going to be a true rest day for Shohei Ohtani, Dave Roberts shared that he does feel confident that he should be back in the lineup tomorrow. But this is a conversation that they're going to continue having with Shohei. As he had shared yesterday, something seemed to have flared up for Shohei when he was undergoing some treatment. The trainers decided that today would be a good day for him not to be in the lineup. And if things like that continue to come up, Dave Roberts shared that's the plan they're going to continue to follow. So as long as there continues to be open communication with Shohei Ohtani and the organization, they feel like they can be in a really good spot to make sure that he is in a position to play when he can. And if he needs to take a day to reset, then he can do just that. But like I shared, they feel confident he should be back in the lineup tomorrow. They also feel confident that he should return to some catch play here relatively soon as well, guys.
Well, hopefully that is the case. Most importantly, got to get that left knee right, Kirsten. Thank you very much, because yesterday I heard Andrew Friedman saying that if not for the knee, we would see Shohei Ohtani pitching right now for the Dodgers. Nomar, it's been a little over 2.5 weeks since Shohei had that injection in his knee. This is the first time he's had to sit out of a game because of knee soreness. First time he's been out of the lineup since July 4th.
Yeah, I know we discussed this yesterday because of the press conference by Andrew Friedman, because of Shohei Ohtani talking to the media, mentioning about the knee and the bicep as well. And we said that on IL stand, it may not be a bad idea at the time. We heard Dave Roberts say, you've got to ask that question. And he said, yes, it's a fair question and it's a tough question because you have a guy who wants to go out there and play. And they really have to have a sit down and talk to him about this. Listen, yes, players want to go play. We've been there. We played with injuries and stuff. But also at the same time, he had that injection in the knee, or when they drained it. But he also had 4 days for that to recover there. And it's still not recovered. You're really not getting recovery days in baseball. It's every day. It really is. And then it also, sometimes you think about, does it hamper the team a little bit? Like, is today's he okay? Is he not? You know, as far as line's concerned, taking you out, having to decide, rather than will maybe a 10-day IL just kind of help everything. You're not going to get to 100%. Like Dave Roberts says, is he 70? Is he 80? Don't know, but does 10 days get you from 70 to 90? And you'll take that down the stretch, whatever it may be. But this is a time, if there's a time, that's why you also have to talk to Shohei. I know you don't want to come out of the game. We understand that. You want to keep playing. But if there was a time to do it, we look at where they are right now. You look at some of the schedules. You have some days off coming up. Like, this may be the time to do it for the stretch.
We mentioned, and we talked about, is it a concern? It really was a concern for us when he missed the All-Star game. Shohei Ohtani understands how big he is to this sport. Really, this is a global game. And for him to miss the All-Star game, that was kind of the first alarm that went off in my mind. Got the injection. It seemed to calm down, and he needed those couple days off to get that thing calmed down. He comes back to the second half. He's not swinging the bat the way he's capable of swinging. Now, the last couple of days, he has looked great. But like Nomar talked about it, when you're dealing with an injury, it's going to be constantly fluid. One day you're going to feel pretty good, and then the next day, because you may have swung a little bit too hard or may have stopped and go, trying to go from second and third base, you could have irritated that knee even further, and then you wake up the next day, oh my God, it's sore again. So it is a fluid situation. You got to have constant communication with the front office, with manager Dave Roberts, the training staff, and they're doing that. Here's the thing. How does he feel tomorrow? Today, he doesn't see the field at all. It's a spot day. Make sure he gets all his treatment. Come back tomorrow early, get treatment. If he doesn't feel great tomorrow, maybe take another day. He understands, and Dave Roberts said this, the most important thing is how he's feeling mid-September, late September, heading into the postseason. Those are the most important days and games in making sure he's ready to roll for the postseason. So hopefully, the next couple of days is going to be telling how he feels, and hopefully it's just a couple of days. He's going to feel fine and great tomorrow, but you got to continue to monitor this. And like Nomar said yesterday, it may be a thing where you take the IL 10 days, and now you feel completely great after those 10 days.
When you and I discussed this too yesterday, you mentioned also, if you look at the schedule, like, is there a time where they have 2 days off in a 10-day period? So maybe he's not missing, say, 9 games. Maybe he's missing 8 games to do that. And I think that is actually coming up here in like a week or two, like toward the end of August, where you're middle of August or the end of August, where you have a couple of days. Are you trying to get him through that time? Maybe look at that. But when I'm just thinking, whether it's a game or not, you know, now you may even have a chance of aggravate. If it's already putting you on the shelf right now, maybe now's the time to really just look at it. Maybe you might miss, there is a day off coming up, so you might miss 9 games here. But man, that may be so worth it. We know the Dodgers look at the long game all the time. Just got to start looking at it.
Thank you, John. Here we go. Wherever you may be and however you may be joining us, it's our honor, joy, and privilege to join you once again from Unico Field at Dodger Stadium. Series finale of the rubber game, the 3-game series for the Dodgers against the visiting Seattle Mariners. Riding shotgun with Eric Karros and Kirsten Watson. I'm Stephen Elson. And EK, the Dodgers need a win tonight to make it 4 consecutive series victories out of the All-Star break.
Yeah, so far. Series, 2 real close games. Could have gone either way in game 1 or game 2. Tonight's going to be an interesting matchup. Roque, who's thrown extremely well, goes against a Mariners ball club that has to hit home runs. Something's going to give.
And the Dodgers are going to have to do it without their biggest piece atop the starting lineup. Kirsten Watson has the details.
Yeah, Stephen, no Shohei Ohtani in the lineup this evening, and he's been excellent in this series, 5 for 7 with the home run. But unfortunately, that knee irritation that's been bothering him, keeping him off of the mound, it flared up just a tad yesterday. Dave Roberts said that he was undergoing some treatment. He shared some discomfort, and ultimately they decided not to have him in the lineup tonight. But they are optimistic that he should be back out there tomorrow. They're just in a situation where they're having constant communication, and so when he he says something doesn't feel right, they are going to honor that. But like I said, they're hopeful he should be back in the lineup tomorrow, guys.
This is the beginning part of a busy stretch for the Dodgers, Kirsten. Thanks so much. And Roki Sasaki, EK, is just going to try and continue what he did 2 times in New York.
Yeah, the All-Star break was great for Roki because since then, you look at those numbers right now, 14 strikeouts, only 3 walks. That's what sticks out. He's been throwing the ball extremely well. The velo is up a tick. The splitter has been real effective tonight. Do the Mariners chase that splitter out of the zone? Can Roki get them to chase?
While the Dodgers may not have Shohei in the lineup, they do have Kike Hernandez back for his first game. Since May 26, he's at the bottom of the order. The top of the game is on the other side of this break on Sportsnet LA.
A minute, a second.
Oh, Sasaki wants to challenge.
Pitchers call the ball. Catcher's challenge.
ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Just clips the corner.
Ball's overturned. Hitter is out.
Get through it. Get the save on his bobblehead night. Sasaki sits down Naylor on 3 pitches.
Oh, Seattle continuing to do what they did last night, and that was swinging pitches way out of the zone. Sasaki working ahead and then putting them away with that splitter. I mean, not even close.
Like that. Back-to-back Ks to start the second.
It's not a strike, though, right? So it's a strike because of the swing, but it's not in the zone.
Right fielder, number 20, Luke Ray.
So 3 Ks, 6 Mariners in for Sasaki. 4 strikeouts away from getting you a free jumbo jack tomorrow. Do well twice in the city of New York. It's Wilson. That's his 4th K and still not finished the first trip through the order.
If things continue like this, is going to be a big problem for this Seattle ball club because that splitter he's landing for strikes. You know, the response is, well, what do you think I'm trying to do? Like, that's what I'm trying to do. You know, if I could just go out there and say, hey, yeah, I'm confident and it's going to go over the plate and I'm going to challenge guys, like, well, yeah, that's, you know, that's a no blank comment, right? And to go out there and to.
That's 3. Finishes him off with the splitter.
Sasaki, that splitter has just been basically, I mean, it's been unhittable, but he's also had control with it. He's been painting it on the edges, makes it that much more diabolical.
Got him. Triple digits atop the zone, and now 7 Ks for Sasaki.
Well, he's been so good with that arm side down splitter. And this one just up, fastball elevated 100 miles an hour. Nothing you can do with that.
Dalton, let's start with just how this game came to an end. What is it like for you when you see Edwin Diaz coming out of that bullpen with him coming off the IL, and of course seeing the stuff when it's at that 97, 98, 99?
Yeah, it's good. You have a guy like that to back up Tanner. It makes it pretty hard to put runs on the board for the other team. Yeah, he looked great tonight. It was a good bounce back after last night, and not that last night was anything bad, but it's not the Edwin we expected. So yeah, he's back to his normal form. Stuff looked good tonight, and excited.
Focusing on you, you've quietly had an excellent series on both sides of the ball. If you look at it just behind the plate or even offensively. So let's start with offensively, the 3-run homer. What were you looking for in that at bat just to get such a good swing there?
Yeah, that guy's got a really good fastball, and he got me on a slider, my first at bat, and it's kind of what I was hunting. Luckily, put in zone, put a good swing on it, and things went our way. But yeah.
When you look at the results the last few days, do you think that's just you kind of playing free and easy offensively, or is there something that you can point to it?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I felt really comfortable with the plate recently, and I guess I only needed one to make it count tonight. Other three felt like it was a little tic tac coming my way. But no, I'm glad we won the series. It's a big series against a really good team. So I'm just glad we're playing Dodger baseball and everyone's doing their part.
The pitching side was excellent as well. What were you seeing just from Roki Sasaki tonight, especially with that splitter?
Yeah, he's been throwing a lot of strikes, and when he throws strikes, he does really well. So it's been a good stretch for him as of late, and look to extend it as long as we possibly can and help him pitch with confidence.
All right, Del, congratulations on the swing and an excellent series win.
Thank you so much.
Roki, we've talked to you after the last two outings just as to how sharp the splitter has been, just your stuff in general. What is it like when you're now building these outings, just building your confidence?
今回の含めてスプリットとか以前から良くなってきてはいるんですけれども、何が良くなってきている原因というか、全体的にですね。
特に投げ方だったり握りは変えてないので、全体的なフォームをまっすぐのためにずっと試行錯誤してきたフォームが徐々に良くなってきて、それが結果的に多くに影響を与えているのかなと思っています。
I think what I've been working on is finally paying off, mechanically. So I think it's, the kind of effect in a forkball in a good way too.
What were you finding just as the game went on in that sixth inning specifically? Did you find that it was just kind of either running out of steam, or were they just adjusting and attacking you differently?
6回についてはどういった状況だったのかというのはちょっと違うような攻撃だったのか、それとも何か流れてくるちょっと良くないような流れがあったのか。
そうですね、配球的なところは、今後も試合があるので、あんまり深くは喋れないんですけど、組み立て的にはもう少し、工夫できたなっていうところもありますし、3巡目のちょうど1番から始まるところだったので、前回のメッツ戦の時みたいにもう一回なんていうんですかね、集中して、気持ちを入れ直していけたらよかったのかなっていうところはあります。
I think the pitch sequence-wise, I should be really careful about. But at the sixth inning, third time through the order, the first hitter, so I should be really more careful, just like attacking like the Mets game. So yeah, I should be doing that.